All right, little help on number 54. It said that on this IQ test, there's a mean of 110 and a standard deviation of 25. So I'm using that IQ calculator, or excuse me, that normal calculator online that I sent you the link to. So in the first question, it wants to know what percentile is an IQ score of 150. So remember, percentile is that or less. So on the calculator, I can put in the mean and standard deviation, and I want to say what percent is below 150. And then when I hit recalculate, it tells me I'd be at the 0.945 or the 95th percentile. So that's how you do the first one. On letter B, it said what percent of people aged 20 to 34 have IQs between 125 and 150? So I can just hit the between and put in the 125 to 150 and hit recalculate. And notice it's showing you the area up here. So that's about 21% of the area under the curve. Now, when you get to letter C, it's a little bit tougher. It says they only let in people who score in the top 2% on the IQ test. And what score would I need? So on this one, we're going to use a different calculator. I just sent that one out a little bit ago. So this is a z-score calculator. You can do that with the inverse norm on the TI-83, but this link's a little easier. So first I have to calculate the z-score first from the percentile. Now, if I'm in the top 2%, that means 98% scored less than me. So I'd put in 0.98 here. So just looking back over here, if I'm in the top 2%, 98% scored less than you. Okay, so I'd be way over here. So back in here, I'm going to calculate the z-score. And it says, if I scroll down here again, I'd have to have 2.05 would be my z-score. Now, this one you got to actually calculate that out. So let me start a new document here. All right, I'm just going to paste this in here, hopefully. There we go. So if I'm in the top 2%, I'm in the 98th percentile. So on the TI-83, we could have used inverse norm, but we just found out from that other calculator my z-score would have to be 2.05. So my equation is z equals x minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. Okay, so I have 205 equals x, that's the score I'm trying to find, minus 110 divided by the 25. Now, remember, this is all on the top and this is on the bottom, so it just becomes an Algebra 1 problem, so you have to solve for x. So remember, you'd multiply both sides of this equation times 25. So again, this is x minus 110. I should put that in parentheses. Over 25. So if I multiply this side by 25, it just leaves me x minus 110. And I take 2.05 times 25. Let me go down here. I'll show you how we solve that. So then, okay, so I'm grabbing my calculator here. I'm going to take 2.05 times 25, and I get 51.25, and that's going to equal x minus 110. So then you add 110 to both sides, so that would give me 161.25 would equal x. So I'd have to have a 161.25 for a score to be in the 98th percentile or only the top 2% would be up above. So that one took a little more work to get that answer.